Good evening, everyone. Please stand for the flag salute. In accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act, NJSA 10:4-6, adequate notification of this meeting has been provided by advertising in the record and posting notice in the Board of Education Administration Building and filing notice with the city clerk to ensure accessibility. Interpreter services are available upon request. Please submit your written request at least 24 hours prior notice to the board meeting to the Acting School of Business Administrator, Lindita Agastra, at lagastra@hackensackschools.org. I hereby call to order the regular public meeting on Monday, November 17th, 2025, in the Hackensack High School Media Center at
6:16 p.m.
6:16 p.m. Ms. Agastra, can you please do a roll call?
Miss Alston Dalputra,
Present.
Miss Emma Hamza, Mr. Carroll,
Present.
Miss Gilmore,
Here.
Mr. Jones,
Here.
Mr. Martin,
Present.
Miss Springle,
Present.
Miss Harris,
Present.
Mr. Sines.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Excellent. We don't have at this moment a student presentation, and our student rep is not here, correct? Okay, so we're going to move on to executive session. Be it resolved that the Hackensack Board of Education determines it necessary to meet an executive session on Monday, November 17th, 2025, to discuss legal, personnel, student-related matters, HIB reports, negotiations, and other confidential matters. And be it further resolved that these matters will be made public when the need for confidentiality no longer exists. Can I have a motion to go into executive?
Motion.
Motion by trustee Pringle. Can I have a second? Second by trustee Jones. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, thank you. It is 6:17. We shall return before 8 o'clock. Thank you. Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Can I have a motion to reopen to the public?
I'll offer.
Okay, motion by trustee Stein. Can I have a second?
A second.
Second by trustee Pringle. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Excellent. We are back to the public. It's 8:29. Thank you for waiting. So at this time, we're just going to quickly have our student report by Zoe Gonzalez. Thank you for joining us.
Last week, our drama department performed our annual fall play entitled Check, Please. A wonderful time was had by all. On November 20th, the high school will be hosting our annual grade 8 open house for our Hackensack, Rochelle Park, and South Hackensack 8th grade families. The evening will include an academic presentation for parents, tours of the building, and a student panel discussion for students with an overview of our sports, clubs, and activities to end the evening. On Thanksgiving morning, our annual Hackensack Teaneck football game will be held at Hackensack High School at 10:30 a.m. Events include a parade that begins at the middle school and involves clubs, bands, and activities from both Teaneck and Hackensack. It begins at 9:30 a.m. On December 10th and 11th, the high school will be hosting our annual parent-teacher conferences. Conferences will be held in teacher classrooms, and it is a great opportunity to see how your child is performing in their classes. Comment ambassadors will be on hand to assist with directions and elevator usage.
Thank you very much. Okay, so we are going to go on to approving the minutes. Be it resolved that the Hackensack Board of Education approves the regular and executive session meeting minutes on October 15th, 2025. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion.
Motion by trustee Gilmore. Can I have a second?
Second.
Second by trustee Jones. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, thank you. Moving on to presentations, we have our school safety data system report, which will be reported by Ralph Dana, who is our school safety coordinator, Miss Nicole Adams, principal at Fairmount, and Miss Heather Coleman, student assistance counselor and anti-bullying specialist. Please come on. Absolutely.
Good evening.
Evening.
So tonight, myself and Ms. Coleman and Mr. Dana will be presenting the student safety data report for the 2024-2025 school year. Okay, so in terms of SSDS, this report is required as per state and federal mandates. The incidents under SSDS include all incidents where violence, vandalism, harassment, intimidation, and bullying, as well as weapons, substances, or any other incidents that lead to removal of students must be reported to the Department of Education. This includes our training programs for HIB, as well as any other proactive trainings or programs that take place at the school level in support of our students. The SSDS reporting period extends from September 1st to December 31st. That is our first reporting period. Our second reporting period takes place from January 1 to June 30th. In terms of what is reported, these incidents take place during school, but also are reported at any school function that includes after-school activities or games, as well as any events that take place off school grounds where a student may report those incidents within the school day. Our trainings and programs related to improving school climate and culture are also included in this report. These are all of the categories under SSDS. Under violence and vandalism, there are multiple categories, whereas HIB, substances, and weapons are standalone categories for reporting under SSDS. I would like to thank Mr. Jenkins for his work in putting together all of the data district-wide for this report. Here we have each school detailed in terms of the infractions under SSDS and also any infractions that have led to a student removal. Although HIB allegations that are not confirmed are not counted against us as far as infractions are concerned, for SSDS purposes, they must be reported. So as you can see, our total incidents under SSDS for the entire 2024-2025 school year was less than 100, and other incidents leading to removal were 115. Here we have a 3-year comparison detailed for your review. The high school and middle school are detailed here. Those are our schools with the largest number of our students. And also we see a trend here of those numbers consistently going down. We attribute this to the support of the Board of Education as well as central office in providing us with the resources as well as social workers and programs, our school monitors, our teachers, counselors, social workers, and administrators have worked very hard to continue to be proactive with our students, to support their social-emotional wellness, and also to ensure that when they do report back to school, that we have counseling support ready for them. This is a 3-year comparison of the HIB alleged reports for each school within the district. As you can see, our numbers substantially trend downward. We attribute this to the education that parents, families, and students have been getting at our schools in terms of what qualifies as a HIB allegation under the state guidelines. And here we have detail other incidents leading to removal. These incidents are not covered under SSDS, but they must be reported to the state as these are any incidents that lead to a student missing school. We wanted to provide a comprehensive picture of the percentages that are detailed in this report. So the next 2 slides illustrate the percentages of students that are accounted for in this report by grade level. So at our elementary level, these SSDS reports represent less than 1% of our student population. At our middle school level, these SSD reports represent less than 8% of our student population. And at the high school, they represent less than 5% of our population. We always want to see zeros across the board. However, this is a excellent effort by the central office staff, the support of the Board of Education, and our teachers, counselors, social workers, school monitors, and staff. I can't say enough about the work that continues to be done to support our students and make sure that they have access to what they need so that we don't see these numbers trending up, but we see them trending down. So that is good news for the district. So here we detailed each grade level in terms of SSDS infractions. And if you take a look at 3rd grade, 4th grade, 7th grade, and then at 12th grade, those grade levels have less than 10 offenses. So that's why the less than 10 sign is there. And at every other grade level, the offenses, the infractions that fall under SSDS are detailed for your review. So I will now turn this part of the presentation over to Ms. Coleman. She will detail the trainings and the programs that are submitted for the district under SSDS. Ms. Coleman?
Thank you, Ms. Adams. Good evening. Good evening. So in addition to all the data reported by the state, we also must be responsible for documenting the programs and trainings conducted in each of the schools. This slide shows the number of programs and trainings that were conducted last year. And I would like to thank the principals, vice principals, and anti-bullying specialists at each of the schools who did provide the data and report the data so that we were able to track it. Trainings, as you can see, these may include trainings for staff, students, and/or families, or one-off assemblies. Programs may include district or school-wide programs such as our SEL lessons or the Nurtured Heart approach, or the weeks of celebration such as the Week of Respect. And although I'm not going to read in detail each of these things that I put in here, I will provide an overview of what we as a district are doing to promote a positive culture and climate at each school, as well as interventions to both prevent and address behavioral infractions. It's important for us to highlight all the things that we are doing as a district to support the development of the whole child throughout our district. Training has been provided for all district staff, students, and families on harassment, intimidation, and bullying, identifying the policy, law, and procedures, as well as indicators and criteria. And all administrators and school monitors were trained on SSDS reporting. All of our schools utilize both the school safety and climate team, as well as the administrative teams, to review and analyze the data, both from discipline incidents as well as survey data, to create action plans for all schools. We also work to plan spirit weeks and weeks dedicated to respect, anti-violence, anti-drug, autism awareness, and mental health, with activities, educational materials, and resources for both students and our families. Additional staffing, including additional social workers, school monitors, and our parent outreach workers in each building, have greatly increased our ability to meet the social and emotional disciplinary needs of our students at each grade level. Further, each school has created partnerships with outside agencies and organizations to not only provide interventions and resources, but provide additional funding support. Universal interventions include classroom teachers establishing with their students norms to ensure students feel safe, included, and respected within the classrooms, as well as large group assemblies and SEL classroom lessons using the CASTLE framework to work on social emotional skills in the way that is developmentally appropriate. Higher tiered interventions include after-school and Saturday interventions, post-suspension counseling, as well as success and alternative programs at the high school. We also support our students in transitioning from one learning environment to another by preparing them in advance with orientation activities to allay any of their fears about moving to a new school. Finally, all of our schools support our students by celebrating our cultural diversity and celebrating their academic achievements. We host events that both educate students and staff about different cultures as well as celebrate them. In addition to the Hispanic Heritage, Black History, and Women's History celebration months, which we have promoted for years, in the past few years, we have added celebrations in multicultural assemblies and celebrated Diwali and Italian American Heritage Day. We celebrate both the academic achievement and pro-social development of our students, with both assemblies honoring them and activities to reinforce their continued success in these areas. Thank you very much. And now Ralph Dana, who will present our district safety and security.
Good evening, everyone. With the security updates, we're going to start with the staff updates. I was going through and realized that the newest staff member is for security is myself. So to get me up to speed, I want to thank Miss Adams and Miss Coleman. And I haven't met one person in district yet that has not been fully supportive with assisting me. So I came from 20 years police officer. It was a little transition from law enforcement to being the safety coordinator here. But like I said, everyone has been tremendous. I am certified now with Applied. I applied recently for the Safe School certification through Department of Education. I just completed the training a couple of weeks ago. So as far as fulfilling the requirement with the state, I'm fully certified. The other change we have, the number of security professionals in the high school has changed from 5 to 1. I feel like this was a common sense change because we've increased the number of deans to 5. And it's a more warm environment in the high school where the deans and the staff can do a more appropriate job of knowing the students and kind of reading the room, assisting students with what they need. Whereas an outside security vendor can be more appropriately served as the perimeter checks and conducting duties at the front by the cameras. That's more appropriate. The results of the checks that he does every hour are forwarded to myself and the building administrators. We're able to then take these checks and, adjust accordingly. If there's a door not latching, if there's some kind of physical security measure that needs adjusting, we can send it out to the techs or the head custodian. So it's been working really well. As far as security upgrades go, at the football games, we've enforced a policy that was previously there with the backpack policy. We've had it in effect, but we weren't using it for a while. We went back and we tried to address that to, reduce the number of contraband or hidden items that are brought in. This has been a tremendous undertaking, but we felt the change was needed to reduce any contraband. To accomplish this as painless as possible, Michelle Canestrino from the athletic department was incredible. She would put the word out to other schools to let them know, the visiting teams, that we're enforcing this now. Announcements were also made in school and in Parent Square to let parents know that this change is coming. Appropriate signage, as you see pictured there, along with the stands, were done by Pablo and his crew. So everyone was helping out. You see, we have a couple other photos there. That's right behind the kitchen, that middle photo, behind the high school, the kitchen classroom. A 10-foot fence was installed there. That was an area where previously people are climbing over our fence, trying to get into games. That's dangerous. The photo all the way to the left, that's an area of the fencing which hasn't been modified yet, but that's one of our modifications to come. We're going to put 10-foot fencing there. There's kind of an area, a little concealment area there where students go to probably do things that they shouldn't really be doing at a football game. The Hackensack Police Department, they're really good with knowing these hot spots. So we're going to improve that area as well with the 10-foot fencing. As far as the rest of the schools go, we have a behavioral threat assessment management team in every school. These teams are comprised of counselors, teachers, a senior administrator, the school resource officer. Basically, everyone's all hands-on approach to helping out a student when they give off certain criteria, when there could be a tendency toward harm toward themselves or toward others. We're going to refine this process and standardize it for the entire district so everything's the same. As far as our alert and notification system goes, I don't want to go into too much detail about what we do at a public meeting for obvious reasons, but I will say that we've cross-trained with the Hackensack Police Department regarding these systems, and they are certainly working effectively. We see the results. We're happy with the capabilities they offer and they provide to us. The police department has also helped us out with walking through the high school for a risk and vulnerability assessment that we conducted with the prosecutor's office. The reason why we picked the high school is the largest school, and if we could knock that out with the team of the prosecutor's office and the police department and learn the best practices how to do that, we know we can transfer that over to the middle school and the elementary schools. Since they've been there, I've already started with other team members of walking through the middle school and putting those practices into play. We anticipate that we will do the elementary schools right after. These assessments, which are due annually, help us identify any security gaps, but they also give us an idea for implementing needed upgrades around, such as push bars by gates. We could be in compliance with fire code, security best practices. We just completed a much needed upgrade at Jackson Ave School last week. The school now has a secure vestibule at the front entranceway, which prevents visitors from directly entering the school without permission. Bottom bullet over there regarding the drilling, I'm happy to say we're fully compliant. The start of the school year, we got all our drills done on time. Most of our bus exit drills have additionally been done for the fall. The administrators that handle security in school have been doing a tremendous job with these drills, and afterward they send out surveys to their staff, which is really critical. Staff members give us real-time feedback, whether they can hear announcements, how the drill went, and we're there the next day, the next week to address any kind of physical security measures or redo redo a certain infrastructure that isn't working correctly. These after action reviews have been real critical for that. Moving forward, we're going to keep on doing low cost to no cost improvements where we can immediately make it happen based on all of these assessments. I think we're doing pretty solid.
All right, thank you. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, moving on to our superintendent's report, and that is our acting superintendent, Andrea Oates Parchment.
Good evening, everyone.
Good
Can you
evening.
hear me? First, the enrollment report. We have an enrollment of 5,110 students, and you can see the breakdown per school. Our residency report, we had 3 residency cases received. 1 was verified, 2 were unverified, but no withdrawals to date. For our harassment, intimidation, and bullying report, we had 10 completed investigations. 3 were founded, 7 unfounded. We have 3 pending, and we have 4 where the preliminary determination was not HIV. I also want to thank Mrs. Adams, Mrs. Coleman, and Mr. Dana, and Mr. Jenkins for a very informative report, more informative than we have had over the past year. So thank you for the effort you put into it. I also want to thank our entire school community for your demonstration of care and concern during a time when families and neighbors are impacted by the loss of the Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program, SNAP. The activities that I have seen our staff engaged in really show the common spirit and show that we care about our families and community. During the week of October the 20th, I attended the New Jersey School Board Association along with my colleagues. And we are proud to announce that all of our schools at a special luncheon received awards from the Sustainable New Jersey, and they were recognized at a luncheon. Hackensack really looked great, and I just want to give a round of applause for Hackensack. As a result of the last couple of meetings, I wanted everyone to know that I met with our athletic director, and the middle school girls basketball team is being established, and we want to thank Dallas for her advocacy. And I attended the city's Veteran Day event. It was very meaningful and it was heartfelt. This was the first time I attended as acting superintendent. And once again, I want to acknowledge our veterans, especially our staff. I found out that we have staff members who are veterans and have served in the armed forces. And a special thank you to the Rotary Club, the Center for Food Action, and Strap Hangers for their efforts. They have things that are occurring now to support our families, and we just want to acknowledge and recognize them. This month, on Election Day, our staff participated in, I would say, meaningful professional learning. And I want to thank our curriculum director, our principals, our coaches, and staff for coordinating these meaningful learning experiences and being engaged with the learning, because that's what we're here for, to ensure that we are equipped to give our students the best possible education. And finally, I want to say, as we approach this Thanksgiving season, I thought about what I wanted to say. And this time I want to just say I'm thankful for the things that we do and our staff every day, things that we don't see. For example, handling a parent call. I may not see that by going the extra mile to help them navigate through a situation. speaking life to a student with encouraging words. I may not see that, but I know you do that. Repairing something in a classroom, assisting with a technology issue, supporting a colleague, being there for someone, contributing to a food drive, volunteering your time, offering to help, sending an encouraging email or message to someone. And I could go on, but these are things we don't see that people do every day. And I just want to thank you and wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Moving on to public comments. Public participation shall be governed by the following rules. If in person, a participant must sign the sign-in sheet and be recognized by the presiding officer and must preface comments by an announcement of his or her name, municipality of residence, and group affiliation if applicable. 2, each statement made by a participant shall be limited to 3 minutes duration during the public session. 3, all statements, questions, or inquiries shall be directed to the presiding officer, and any questions or inquiries directed by a participant to another board member shall be redirected to the presiding officer, who shall determine if such statement, question, or inquiry shall be addressed by the presiding officer on behalf of the board or by the individual board member. And 4, all board and/or acting superintendent responses to questions or inquiries shall be held until the end of public participation. At this time, the floor is open for public comments.
Quiet's in there sometime.
Always the mayor comes to my rescue. Anyway, I went to Atlantic
Oh, sorry,
City.
can you state your name?
Oh, I apologize. I got messed up with the microphone. Vito at Story, pre-kindergarten teacher from days of old and still living in Hackensack at 290 Anderson Street. And I just I did go to my 59th teachers convention and brought back you a little sample of taffy plus your regular candy. But I just wanted to actually wish you all, I think you all do, you work very hard. And I think you all deserve a wonderful and happy and healthy Thanksgiving. And I wish that to all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, you as well.
So my name is Victoria Arvizu. I am a health and phys ed teacher here at Hackensack High School. I have to tell you where I reside. Patterson, New Jersey. I don't know
Okay,
if that's
sure.
relevant, but I come to you tonight to confront some injustice in this district. For 17 years, I have taught 6 classes at HHS, while my colleagues with the same job title have only taught 5 for the same money. I'm not alone. Special education, fine arts, buildings and trades, STEM and music also face this same inequity. To make this situation even more insulting, when our colleagues voluntarily teach an extra class, bringing their total to 6, they are paid extra for their time and effort. Imagine how it feels to work shoulder to shoulder with someone who's being appreciated and compensated for their effort, while you are expected to do so without complaint and with no relief in sight, because it has always been done that way. The question I bring before you tonight is, will this board, you, be the change agents? Or will you be complicit in inflicting an unfair labor practice onto honest and hardworking people who are doing their best to educate kids in this district? My question is, what will this board do? I think that most people believe they have a strong moral compass. I believe that in most situations, people think they will choose to fight the good fight and stand on the right side of history. Do you think that? Do you believe that people should be cheated out of fair compensation for their labor? If the answer is no, then I ask you to willingly right the glaring inequity in our current contract. Allow those who teach an extra class the right to apply and be paid for their efforts in every subject. There are many things in this world we cannot control, but small actions add up to great change. I'm asking you to change the way the district has done business and do a simple thing that should have been done years ago. This year, we are hopeful that this Board of Education will negotiate a contract in fairness. It is long overdue.
Hello, my name is Veronica Alvarez and I work at Hackensack Middle School. I'm gonna jump out of what I wrote here, but I not only work for Hackensack Middle School, but I also have, and everyone here knows I have thousands of little jobs around Hackensack Middle School District. So I'm everywhere. My understanding is that our union and the Board of Ed are currently engaged in negotiations regarding contact time. I want you to know that I am a teacher who teaches a 6th period. I do so without additional compensation. I am asking you to negotiate in good faith to fairly recognize my additional contributions to this district and its students. Thank you very much for hearing me.
Good evening. My name is Jacqueline Muniz. I am a special ed teacher here at the high school. It is my understanding that our union and the Board of Ed are currently engaged in negotiations regarding contract time. I would like you to know that I am a teacher who teaches 6 periods. I do so without additional compensation. I am asking you to negotiate in good faith to fairly recognize my additional contributions to this district and its students. Thank you so much.
Hi, good evening. My name is Marissa Calfayan. I'm a special education teacher here at the high school. And my understanding is that our union and the Board of Education are currently engaged in negotiations regarding contact time. I want you to know that I am a teacher who teaches a 6th period. I do so without additional compensation. I'm asking you to negotiate in good faith to fairly recognize my additional contributions to this district and to its students. Thank you.
Hi, good evening. My name is Jamie Pamilia, and I'm a special education teacher here at the high school. My understanding is that our union and the Board of Education are currently engaging in negotiations regarding contact time. I want you to know that I am a teacher who teaches a 6th period. I do so without additional compensation. I am asking you to negotiate in good faith to fairly recognize my additional contributions to this district and its students. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Corey Carroll, a lifelong resident of Hackensack, 51 years. 30 years I have taught in the Hackensack District in special education. My understanding is that our union and Board of Ed are currently engaged in negotiations regarding contact time. I want you to know that I am a teacher who loves my children and teach 6 periods. I do so without additional compensation. I am asking you to negotiate in good faith to fairly recognize my additional contributions to the district and its students. Thank you.
Good evening. Donna West, lifelong, resident of Hackensack, 31-year teacher at 31 years at Parker School. Just wanted to thank you, first of all, Mr. Martin, for hearing me. We have had a female floater at Parker School as a custodian, so I'm excited about that. The guys are doing some things with her, but I'm fighting for her, so don't worry. Let me just say a little prayer. Lord, I pray that these words will accomplish what you desire and not my own personal desires. So Sylvia Hughes, a cousin of the late Lillian Whitaker, spoke earlier this year. I'm trying to do this without crying because when I first wrote it, I was angry. And then I was hurt. And now I'm just generally concerned because Parker School is on fire right now. We have minimal support from central office, but in their defense, they don't know everything because they're not told the truth about everything until someone like me comes forward. I'm coming forward not for me, because honestly, I'm good, but for my colleagues and other people in the building who are exasperated. They're ready to throw in the towel and they're fed up. This is not a game. It's our livelihoods. And folks are talking about quitting. Everybody knows that we have to put everything in writing because you'll be told that I never said that. Scheduling conflicts affect the staff and students. Our new VP doesn't seem to get the support that she needs, and she never complains. But we see her, and we tell her every day that we see her. We are lied to, we are ignored, and we seem to be set up to fail. If something works, our leader takes all the credit. If it fails, our leader says he knew nothing about it. Morale is down. There's no rapport with the children, and many of them don't make the connection that he's the new principal. There's no rapport with the staff unless there's something in it for our new leader. And I've had these candid conversations with our leader, so I'm not coming here to say something that I have not had a conversation with him about. But I honestly and sincerely care too much. I said to him, I want Parker School to be successful. Parker is an easy building. We know what to do. We've had very strong leaders who laid the foundation upon which it is easy to build. But our new leader seems hell-bent on undoing what we have worked so hard, what has worked for so long without consideration for what has made Parker successful. I'm so sorry. We are willing to learn, grow, and do what we're asked to do as long as it doesn't violate ethics or good teaching. And I'm hearing that that is what's happening with some staff, a lot of quid pro quo. Bottom line, I'd like our new leader to work with the staff and not against us. It's okay not to know everything. The harm is in never admitting it. And after this, I'm sure I'll be retaliated against because he's already made comments. And every time I've told him I'm going to a board meeting. But I don't fear retaliation. I need our school to work. I'm sorry, I just need like 10 words. I need our school to work.
Finish your.
I need our staff to feel safe, heard, and supported. And if our leader takes offense, maybe, just maybe, it'll prompt him to look inward and make a change. Please help us. You all know that Parker staff has never come to the mic before in this capacity and with these concerns. So I hope you hear us and you help us immediately. Now, I know you're going to say that there's not much you can do, but I want it on record that I made this board aware of what's happening because no one listened to Fairmount staff at that time. And the final turn of events proved that many of those staff members were indeed telling the truth. Please help us.
Hi, my name's Dallas Petway, and I live in Hackensack, New Jersey. And I just wanted to give an update that we did get our basketball team and tryouts. And tryouts will lay on to tomorrow and Wednesday. That's all I wanted to say.
Good luck. Congratulations. What time? What time? Dallas, what time are the tryouts? 5 o'clock, 5 to 6:30. Good luck. At the rec. Okay. Thank you.
Good evening, Reverend Davis. I want to say congratulations to Dallas. She is my little cousin and her mom. Amen. I just want to say one thing I heard in the report tonight. I may not be accurate, but I've always felt that part of the problem in schools with discipline, there wasn't enough counselors in the schools to help the students. My philosophy in life is help the children while they're young and don't build more jails for when they're 16 years old and now they're in trouble. I was glad to hear that there were more counselors. I'm glad to hear about the deans because I feel that police do their job, but I do feel the deans have more of a relationship with the students and can relate to them better. So I'm grateful for that because I want to see less jails built and our students help more in school as you're doing here. Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, online, please.
Hi, good evening. My name is Abigail Luna, and I'm the parent of Luna and Zion Vizcaíno, students of Nellie K. Parker School. I'm happy to hear that there is a shift in moving towards a culture of respecting anti-bullying that make children feel safe, included, and respected. But I ask that you please shift this culture towards all adults in the school building as well. I'm here to address an uncomfortable issue that has been ongoing for almost 3 years, a repeated pattern of disrespect, mistreatment, and unprofessional behavior from staff member Penny Lockwood, that's Lockwood, Lockwood, directed at both my children and at me. This began when Ms. Lockwood worked for the after-school program where my children attended. It seemed to have started with an incident with my mother, who worked there as well. My mom was denied a referral she rightfully earned. Ms. Lockwood falsely claimed that referral for herself. And after my mother reported the misconduct, Ms. Lockwood, her treatment towards my kids changed drastically. And that's what followed was clear retaliation. Over the years, I've documented multiple incidents, like November 22nd, 2022. My daughter was kicked in the face. My son was later injured. I was never notified of the incident. I raised concern, and Ms. Lockwood dismissed me and made inappropriate comments when when a classmate pulled my daughter's shirt down, making it seem as if she was looking for it because she plays with boys. In spring 2023, she withheld snacks from my kids.
Ma'am?
And
Ma'am?
yes,
Luna, I'm sorry. So this sounds like this is a personal matter.
it's not personal. It's more than personal because it has to do with Principal Galliana. I can get to that if you give me some time.
Personnel, because it involves one of our staff members and our students.
Mm-hmm.
What does it-
Okay, can I continue or what's going to happen?
Just wait 1 second, please.
Okay.
Ma'am, I'm going to ask you if you can keep it more general.
Okay, I'll get there.
Because you're really getting to student disciplinary matters that.
Not student disciplinary, but staff.
Well, okay, same thing. So if you'd like to make a general statement about something, you're obviously welcome to do so. As to any as for a specific situation, I think
Got it.
you make an appointment with the principal or.
Yes, I've done that several times. That's where I wanted to get to. And with Dr. Galliana, I've requested several meetings. I was dismissed a few times. And when I did mention the incidents, he kind of shooed me away and no changes were made. Lockwood is protected by Galliana, and that's why I feel she is entitled and she's not changing. And what I did want to mention is, I'll skip the specific incidents, but I did want to say that these incidents showed a sustained pattern of retaliation and professional conduct from the staff. And my children have been denied basic respect, emotional safety, and fair treatment. And when adults in the school behave this way without consequence, it sends a message to the children that it's very harmful, that they are unprotected, and that bullying from authority figures is unacceptable. It's
I'm sorry
acceptable.
to cut you off, but there's a
Mhm.
policy that the board president really can't let you get into slander and defamation statements. If you have an
Mhm.
issue, it seems you tried to go through the building principal.
Yeah. So what can I do then? What do you advise?
You can send an email to our assistant superintendent, Ms. Marks, or acting superintendent. You can
Miss Marks?
You can CC the board president. You put this on the radar of the board, and
Mhm.
the board president and myself are not going to let you just start making comments about the staff that sound
Got
like into a defamatory nature.
Okay, it's not, but I hope that you would understand that this has gotten nowhere with the principal. So if you suggest I speak with Ms. Marks and the CC board president, I will do so. You guys will continue to hear from me.
Thank you.
Hello?
Yes, good evening.
Yes, good evening. Hello, my name is Philip Brophy. I'm a teacher at Hackensack High School for 16 years in special education, and I stand in solidarity with my colleagues who are there now when I say that I also am a teacher who teaches a 6th period and do so without additional compensation, and I'm asking you all to negotiate in good faith to fairly recognize my addition and our contributions to this district and its students. Thank you so much, and have a good night.
Thank you.
Peace, everybody. My name is Tom Maxon, Nellie K. Parker School teacher, HE member. I want to start by just saying that I stand with my colleagues who are seeking to be made right for their additional contributions and contact time. I implore the board to please do what you can in the name of fairness as negotiations continue. I believe that your response will show all of the stakeholders, especially the staff, that all of our voices are valued And as often happens, we're asked to bring our concerns to you, and I deeply appreciate that, because I believe that it's a genuine concern, and it will show that when we do that, we're actually heard. I had a couple other things. One is that I've asked a couple of times about report cards, if they can be made more functional. For elementary, I know that we have standards each marking period that are active, and we need to click a box for them, but they're not being taught. And so I think as they are grayed out before we get to the subject, to that standard, I think that that should be a practice in the next marking period, that it's not something we have to um, put in as we haven't taught it. I would love if we could be spoken to and have some clarity on why there are 4 marking periods now instead of the 3 for the elementary schools. I think that we had a longer time to actively implement instruction and show growth. And I don't see, maybe if somebody could share with us why it has happened that they've been made to 4, but it doesn't seem to be sharing any benefit from what I can tell as a teacher or as a parent in the district. Um, um, I also think that in terms of the standards-based report cards, we're getting used to it, and we've had some issues with when the window is opening up. So the more transparent that you can all be, we definitely would appreciate that. This may be something that you speak to a little bit today, but I noticed that on the agenda, there are several policies that are going to be discussed. And at a glance, it looks as though teacher voice is being limited or whittled down in a lot of areas. And it seems like more of a concentration of power away from where teachers' voices are mattering as they currently do. And so, specifically in terms of when complaints are filed, with instructional materials and library resources. So I'm hoping that that will be addressed. I appreciate that it's put out there so that we can see it ahead of time. And you know, I many of us will be listening and hoping to understand a little better once that all is explained. Thank you all. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes.
My name is Jacqueline Perone, and I work at Hackensack High School. Like many of my peers that have spoken tonight, my understanding is that our union and the Board of Education are currently engaged in negotiations regarding contact time. I want you to know that I am a teacher who teaches a 6th period, and I do so without additional compensation. I am asking that you negotiate in good faith to fairly recognize my additional contributions to this district and the students in which I love to teach. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Michelle Tabarez, longtime resident of Hackensack, longtime parent in the community. I am a PTA president and president of all the PTAs in this district. And I would just like to say first and foremost, with regard to the employee that was discussed earlier by a parent, I stand by that employee entirely. I think she's a phenomenal staff member and she contributes positively to this community and to this district. And I'm just going to say that about that particular employee. I'm calling in on behalf of parents who are concerned with regard to the hold on the budget with regard to field trips. And I would just like to ask the board if any decision has been made with regard to 6th grade camp. We have a lot of parents asking and a lot of parents tremendously concerned and hoping that 6th grade camp will move forward. So on behalf of parents of the community, if you can possibly answer that, I understand you may not be able to, but I can tell you from my daughter's experience at 6th grade camp, it was one of her best takes out of the middle school. It was such a positive experience for her. I actually went up to the board and thanked all of you the year that she went. And I truly hope that we are not able to take that away from our children in this community because it is such a powerful experience for these kids, and it makes a difference on who they are as a person in the middle school. Thank you.
Hello, my
I'm
name.
sorry. I'm so sorry. Give me 1 second. I just want to answer the question from Ms. Tavares. Thank you.
This is Andrea Oates Parchment. I want to address the sixth grade camp question. Sixth grade camp is still a priority. And a pause has been put on field trips for right now, but sixth grade camp is still a priority. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Michelle Ballack and I work at Hackensack High School. My understanding is that our union and the Board of Education are currently engaged in negotiations regarding contract time. I would like you to know that I am a teacher who teaches 6 periods. I do so without any additional compensation. I'm asking you at this time to negotiate in good faith and fairly recognize my additional contributions to Hackensack and the students. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Stephanie Shaw. I teach at Hackensack High School for the past 26 years. And I just want to say that I stand with my colleagues who are teaching 6 periods. I do believe that they deserve extra compensation. I teach 5 periods for the last 26 years. And I believe that my colleagues deserve the equity that I have. They work hard, they are dedicated, they love our students just the way we do, and they deserve the same thing that we do. So please, I know we are in a contract negotiations era here. Please consider this. Listen to them. Listen to your employees and make sure that they are heard and think about the equity. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, good evening. My name is Melissa Ruello, and I'm a teacher at Hackensack High School. I first would like to thank the board members who came out on Thursday and Friday night to see the Hackensack Drama Club performance of Check Please. We greatly appreciate your support. Secondly, I would also like to state that I am one of the teachers who teach 6 periods, and I do so without additional compensation. I am asking you to negotiate in good faith to fairly recognize my additional contributions to this district and its students. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm waiting for the timer to reset. There we go. Thanks. I'm Tom Trezano. I'm a teacher at the high school. I'm also an executive member of the HEA. I've been listening to a lot of people standing up and bravely speaking before you, obviously with a very notable concern about equity. The other thing that I've been listening to, and I think I've heard it from 3 or 4 voices this evening, is the idea of retaliation for standing up for something that you believe in. I don't think that Hackensack is a place that ends up tolerating any sort of attitudes of retaliation for people doing the brave thing, standing up and speaking at a public hearing like this, saying what they believe to be true, what they know to be true, what has been documented to be true, and whether it ends up being a case of management of a building, or in speaking up about the fairness and the safety and the health of the people inside of that building, whether it's a matter of equity in terms of how the contract ends up being negotiated and brought forth. There is a concern about using your voice and the consequences being retaliatory in nature. As I've said, I don't believe this is something that Hackensack pushes as a matter of policy. I don't believe we're a group of people who end up having private vendettas against people who end up speaking up on behalf of what they believe to be correct and right and fair and just and equitable. And so I would like to punctuate what many of my colleagues have brought forward by saying that I would like to maybe just remind ourselves publicly and with a promise that retaliation is not something that we end up standing or not something that we stand for, not a policy that we end up employing, not a strategy that we use to push inconvenient truths away from our, the center of what the issues are that we have. So that's something I think we need to be openly vocal about. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Terzano. I want to remind everyone that we have a certified affirmative action officer, my former position, but we now have Rosemary Marks as our affirmative action officer. And when I hear retaliation, I am moved to say that our policy states that we do not tolerate retaliation. So I just want to make that clear because I've heard that raised a couple of times this evening, and I find it necessary to state that. Thank you.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, good evening.
Hi, my name is Anna Garcia, lifelong Hackensack resident. I have some questions regarding the budget. I would like some assurances that the academic decathlon for Hackensack High School will not be canceled. Those kids work very hard. They have class at 7:30 in the morning. They went to nationals last year, and this year's national is in California. And I hope that that is not being paused. Number two, I also would like some assurances that the track and field program will not have any of their national competition canceled. They have one in Boston, Maryland, and they've also gotten an invitation to run at the Arcadia meet in California because they placed second at last year's outdoor nationals in Philadelphia. So who can let us know what is going to be paused and what is not going to be paused? That is all.
Thank you. Good. Let Ms. Oates just answer that one part.
I just want to make it clear, we're in budget season now. So as we approach the new budget season in preparation for 2026, 2027, we're evaluating the current year and the future year budget just to ensure fiscal responsibility. There are some things that are priorities. I've spoken to principals, and academic decathlon is one. So just please be reassured. But once again, we are evaluating our budget, and we want to be fiscally responsible.
Anyone else online? Nope. Anybody here in public that would like to speak? That didn't get the chance to. Okay. At this time, public comment section is closed. Moving on to our committee reports and resolutions. And we are going to start with personnel. And Chair for Personnel is Trustee Amar Hamza.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Madam President. The Personnel Committee met last week, and before I make a motion, I do just want to highlight that the district terminated its contract with Kelly Services for purposes of paraprofessionals. And we did so in accordance with the 90-day provision in the contract. We rehired some of the paraprofessionals. You'll see all of that in the personnel section C on your agenda. I want to say that this was done as a cost-saving measure to the district. And as I said, you'll see that reflected in personnel section C. At this time, I would like to make a motion for consideration personnel items A1, A through T.
Okay, thank you. So we have a motion from Trustee Amar Hamza. Can I have a second?
A second.
Second by Trustee Pringle. Ms. Lagaster, roll call?
Miss Alston Balaputra,
Yes.
Miss Amor Hamza,
Yes.
Mr. Carroll,
Yes, I will have to recuse myself from B4, B5, B6, and section C.
Miss Gilmore,
Yes.
Mr. Jones,
Yes.
Mr. Martin,
Yes.
Miss Pringle,
Yes.
Miss Harris,
Yes.
Mr. Stein,
Yes.
motion passes.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to policy, and the chair of policy is trustee Pringle.
For policy, I would like to make a motion for B1. And B2. I would like to highlight, and read this for policies. The policies being submitted for the first read tonight are needed to be compliant with the guidance released by the New Jersey Department of Education for implementing the provisions of the Freedom to Read Act. 1, updates to policy and regulations 2530 remove any reference to library materials as defined in the Freedom to Read Act. And library material is now addressed in the new library material policy and regulations 2535. 2, policy and regulation 2535 are new and mandated because the district is required to adopt a written policy and procedure to address the curation of library materials. 3, updates to policy and regulations 9130 remove any reference to library material as defined in the Freedom to Read Act, and remove any reference to library books. Library materials, which include library books, is now addressed in the Policy and Regulations Guides 2535. Again, I would like to motion policies B1 to B2. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I said. I'd like to motion, let me see. I would like to motion, in policy B1 to B2.
Okay, so we have a motion from trustee Pringle. Can I have a second?
Second.
Second by trustee Jones. Ms. Lagaster, can you please do a roll call?
Miss Alston Balaputra,
Yes.
Miss Amor Hamza,
Yes.
Mr. Carroll,
Yes.
Miss Gilmore,
Yes.
Mr. Jones,
Aye.
Mr. Martin,
Yes.
Miss Pringle,
Yes.
Miss Harris,
Yes.
Mr. Stein,
Yes.
motion passes.
Hey. Moving on to curriculum, and the chair for curriculum is trustee Pringle.
For curriculum, I would like to motion C1 through C21. I would like to highlight C7, C8, and C9. C7, where recommendations of our acting superintendent of schools approves a proposal with Bergen County Zoological Park for the 25-26 school year to provide educational outreach programs to all districts, preschool classes, and district preschool classes at Bright Adventures and Bright Seedlings Early Learning Center. The total cost will not exceed $3,425 and will be paid for with preschool education aid. C8. The Hackensack Board of Education, upon recommendation of the acting superintendent, approves a collaboration between Hackensack University Medical Center and Hackensack Public Schools to conduct preschool oral screening using the dental program dentist for a 25-26 school year. And lastly, C9, authorizes Select Wellness to provide wellness services at all schools, ECDC, Office for Special Services, and the Padovano Center, December 2025, June 2026. Services provided will be at no cost to the district. I would like to motion C1 through C21.
Okay, excellent. We have a motion from trustee Pringle. Can I have a second?
I'll second.
Oh,
I have a question, first question.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Yes. C8, I believe that should read that it's at no cost to the district also. I think that's clarity that we got prior to today.
I'm sure it is. It's not stating it on here, but I think it is.
Okay. We'll make sure to put that.
Mhm.
Thank you. All right, so we have a motion from trustee Pringle, a second from trustee Amar Hamza. Ms. Agasha, can you please do a roll call?
Miss Alston Bellaputro,
Yes.
Miss Emma Hemzo,
Yes.
Mr. Carroll,
Yes.
Miss Gilmore,
Yes.
Mr. Jones,
Yes.
Mr. Martin,
Yes.
Miss Pringle,
Yes.
Miss Harris,
Aye.
Mr. Stein.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Excellent. Moving on to finance, and the chair for finance is Vice President Stein.
Okay, I'd like to go through finance D1 through D10. And I'd like to call everyone's attention to D5, where the Home Depot Corporation accepts a the school district accepts a donation of $10,504.51 in the form of gift cards to be used to construct and furnish an outdoor classroom at Fairmount Elementary School. Other than that, again, I'll offer D1 through D10.
Excellent. So we have a motion from trustee Stein, a second from trustee Carroll. Ms. Agasha, roll call, please.
Miss Alston Bellaputro,
Yes, but I have to abstain on D2.
Miss Emma Hemza,
Yes.
Mr. Carroll,
Yes.
Miss Gilmore,
Yes.
Mr. Jones,
Yes.
Mr. Martin,
Yes.
Miss Pringle,
Yes.
Miss Harris,
Yes.
Mr. Stein.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Just a quick comment.
I don't know how quick it'll be. The board president just wanted me to take a moment to explain, D9 and D10. And
In finance.
finance.
In finance.
In the legal profession, there's a code of ethics, such as where if an attorney has a conflict, that attorney may not be able to handle a matter. So the board has wisely, has made these two appointments where if something does come up in the operations of the school district in which I may have a legal conflict because of any reason, that to expedite the process and make sure the district is always represented properly, they're just appointing these two law firms to serve as backup, so to speak. There won't be duplicative services. I won't be billing the same thing that these other law firms may be billing for. So that's the only, I'm not going anywhere, unfortunately. I tried to lock myself out of closed session today, but they kept answering the door. But the board president just wanted me to take a moment to explain that.
Thank you. On to facilities, and the chair of school facilities is trustee Martin.
I'd like to motion E1 through E7, highlight E2 and E5, approve the proposal from Business Furniture Incorporated to provide partition office at the Hackensack Middle School guidance room 130 in the amount of $42,542, $40.50. That's E2. That's basically is done with a grant that we received. So will be no really through that grant that we received. And E5 is also to approve the proposal from EEI, Associated Architect Engineer Construction for the Hackensack Middle School classroom, and subsidized in the amount of $16,800. That E5 is also it's a special education class, and the petition will be built in July. Yeah, that's all I have on that one. Again, like to motion at E1 through E7.
Okay, excellent. We have a motion from trustee Martin. Can I have a second? Second by trustee Carroll. Ms. Agostra, please do a roll call.
Miss Alston Balaputra,
Yes.
Miss Amor Hamza,
Yes.
Mr. Carroll,
Yes.
Miss Gilmore,
Yes.
Mr. Jones,
Yes.
Mr. Martin,
Yes.
Miss Pringle,
Yes.
Miss Harris,
Yes,
Mr. Stein.
Yes.
Motion passes.
thank you. On to community relations, and chair is trustee Gilmore.
Good evening. The CRC meeting that was scheduled for November 13th was canceled due to scheduling conflicts, but we are actively working to reschedule, and as soon as a date is confirmed, we will share it to the community and to the board. And the CRC has a great opportunity to participate in a focus group for a comprehensive bicycle plan being done by the city in conjunction with New Jersey Division of Transit. So I'm going to get some committee members to join the focus group to provide valuable information on the bicycle plan, because as we all know, there's sometimes more bikes on the road than there are cars. So I think this is very timely that they want to include the school board in the planning of the bicycle plan. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. On to other committees. I'll just give an update. The joint board and city meeting, we did not meet for November. We are going to meet in December, and we're still exploring opportunities for shared services. Moving on to new business. Any new business? Okay. Public comment. Individuals may address the board on agenda and school matters of community interest for 1 minute. Anyone from the public that would like to speak? Or here in person, I should say. Anybody online? Go ahead.
Hello, once again, this is Philip Brophy. I work at Hackensack High School, 16 years as a special ed teacher. And I forgot to mention in my previous round that the Muslim Student Association, in conjunction with the administration and Mashianos, has successfully brought halal food to the cafeteria at the high school. And that's due to the hard work of that student organization, which has also created a space for Friday Jummah prayers. And I just want to make space to discuss, or just to state that in the 2 years that this group has come together, that I have been the advisor of, it has been extraordinary to watch these students just create space for them and for everyone, and it's just exceptional. So yeah, thank you, and shout out to the students and to Patty Lozano and everybody at Mashianos for making it all come together. Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Hello?
Yes, good evening.
Hi, my name is Laura Martin, and I'm a teacher at Hackensack Middle School. I'm also a member of the HEA Executive Committee. I am calling in tonight to stand in solidarity with my colleagues who teach 6 periods. A number of them spoke tonight, and it is my hope that you take their pleas to heart as you continue the negotiations process. If we cannot achieve equity in scheduling, which should be our ultimate goal, then I would hope that you would like to find a way to substantially recognize their extra contributions to our students and schools. I would also like to address a comment made earlier this evening about the upcoming budgeting process. When we returned to school in September, many of us discovered that the programs and resources we have used for years were no longer available for our use. It is my understanding that the district chose not to renew several contracts due to budgetary constraints. I would like to ask that as you begin the budgeting process, you reach out to staff to identify which programs and resources they find most valuable and prioritize funding those programs. The greater programmatic consistency we have, the better we as a staff are at utilizing those tools for effective instruction. Thank you for your time and have a good night.
Yeah. All right, that at this time, public comment, the second public comment section is closed. Moving on to board comments, but before we get to board comments, I need a motion to extend the meeting past 10 o'clock, unfortunately.
I'll make that motion.
Just in case, right? So I have a motion from trustee Abraham, and I have a second. That was Vice President Stein. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, so we are safe just in case. We'll start with trustee Austin Balaputra.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone. I have a couple of comments. One, I was had the pleasure of participating in the trunk or treat event at Mount Olive Baptist Church on Halloween. I was a little nervous because my car had books and coloring books and crayons as opposed to candy, and I was thrilled with the number of Hackensack Public students that were excited to get the books and the crayons and the coloring books. So they were reading books by grade level, and it was just a positive sign of what we're doing in terms of love of literacy. And I just wanted to congratulate the teachers in our community for making students love literature. Two, I had the pleasure of attending the NAACP gala last Saturday and saw Tony Jackson, a teacher at Parker, receive the inaugural Lillian Whitaker Award, and our own Reverend Carolyn Davis receive an award as well, along with all the other honorees. It was a great evening with my fellow trustees. I just want to say congratulations to Mr. Jackson, Reverend Davis, and all the other honorees. Last but not least, I want to say something in her absence to Dallas Petway. When I was in middle school, a student at Hackensack Middle School, I too played basketball. And I was reminded recently of an incident that the Bergen Record wrote an article about our basketball team that was defamatory. And it was the first time that I used my voice to write an letter to the editor to defend our students and our community. Fast forward, I was in high school and I came before the Board of Education to advocate to a change in the school calendar. And to my shock and amazement, they gave me what I wanted. And I was in high school. And that change to our school calendar exists to this day. Learning to use our voices early. And Dallas got to see that in a number of ways this evening, is an important part of informed citizenry. It is an important part of we the people. I'm super proud that it played out, that a student came to us, expressed a need, advocated for herself and her peers, and made a change. That lesson will stay with her. I can say firsthand, for me, from 7th grade to high school till now, that has become a part of who I am and probably why I sit in this chair. And God help me why I signed up to sit in this chair for 3 more years. As a young person, I was a student with a disability and had a very difficult time learning to speak. I had a severe speech impediment and did not speak like the average person until mid-elementary school, 4th, 5th grade, somewhere in there. So using my voice both physically and it is an important part of who I am, but it's an important part of who I want the children of this community to become. And I'm just excited to see the example of Dallas and that we're moving in that direction. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Gilmore.
Good evening. I just wanted to highlight in October, I had the opportunity to attend an event that was put on by the Hackensack Municipal Alliance. It was called Hidden in Plain Sight. It was totally eye-opening, and now the entire district has an opportunity to experience this interactive drug awareness experience because the city's health officer, I want to get her name correct. Ms. McVeigh, Susan McVeigh, has offered to pay for this for the district. So there will be no cost to the district, and our children will get exposure to how detrimental drugs, vaping, and alcohol use can be. So I think this program is very timely, and I think our kids will get a lot out of it. So the details are being worked out, and stay tuned, and we'll publicize the information. Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you. Trustee Pringle.
Well, I didn't get out much in October, to be honest with you. Outside of us going to our workshop in Atlantic City, we had a lot of team bonding. We learned a lot of new things, and it was great. I'm looking forward to next year. I wanted to also congratulate Trustee Mike Jones, Trustee Dimitri Carroll, and Trustee Melanie Balaputra. Yeah, on their win for their seats on the school board come January. I'm very proud of you guys, and I'm looking forward to working with you. I also did attend the Veterans Day ceremony. It actually was one of the first ones that I attended since living in Hackensack, and I see myself going every year from that point forward because it was beautiful. It gave me chills at the end when they shot the rifles and stuff. It was just amazing, and I felt my ancestors and my grandfather, my uncle's spirit. Like I felt like I was standing there for them, my cousins, everybody who served, that I knew and didn't know. Dallas, I'm so very proud of you. I know you left, you got school tomorrow, but I just want to say from 2 months ago, I think she first stood here and she was shy to speak. And she didn't have much to say that day. And she came back the following board meeting the next month and she spoke again. And now she came and she got her result. So her presence, her fight, her tenacity, I'm just really proud of her. I wish I was her when I was her age. I wish I was outspoken like that, but I'm proud of you, Dallas. That's really much it. I didn't get out much. Happy Thanksgiving. I've been enjoying them grandbabies on FaceTime though, but happy Thanksgiving, sending many blessings to you all for a lovely Thanksgiving holiday, and we'll see you again in December. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Newbie Jones.
Yeah. Trying to figure out what order you.
Keep you guessing.
That's right. I'm not allowed to say that for too much longer. First of all, I'd like to thank Zoe, my new table neighbor, for doing the student report, and she hung out with us a little bit later than she usually does. I'd like to thank Ms. Adams, Ms. Coleman, and Mr. Dana for the school safety data system report. It's good to see that, not only that safety effects are put in place and security measures are put in place, but that they're constantly being reviewed and maybe revamped. And also, off of something that Mr. Dana said, and also to echo Reverend Davis was, the deans, and my son's a sophomore in high school, and I see it with the deans. The deans have relationships with these kids, and that's super important. It's almost like community policing. Like it's nice when people patrolling the neighborhood know the people that live in the neighborhood or they're from the neighborhood, but it's definitely seen and felt. And I've seen it not just on back to school nights, but heard it from my kid. And these deans are constantly checking up on them. They know their families, and I would imagine that they could probably detect issues that are going on before someone that is maybe a third party coming in from outside. So shout out to the deans. I'd like to thank everybody that called in, the teachers that spoke and came and spoke their piece, the parents that called in. You know, that dialogue and that us hearing that is important. And sometimes people might think there's certain things we all know already, and it's good to hear things from people. So we always encourage people to kind of come and speak, which brings us back to Dallas. And I was very touched also by Melanie's story just now. But I know Dallas's main concern was basketball, but I also want to shout out her mom, whose main concern really seemed to make sure that she was good speaking in public. And you could tell each time she came up each month, she had a little bit more confidence behind her. Today it was like, I felt like it was like nothing. Like she walked up super nonchalant and it's amazing that she kind of did that and helped be part of that change. And that was incredible. Not to go too long, but I also did attend a Veterans Day ceremony, and we were able to lay a wreath. And it actually strangely snowed for the entire time we were there, and it just stopped as soon as it was done. But it was a very touching ceremony, and really it was something nice to be a part of. And that's pretty much it. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Carroll.
Yes, just want to say, Thursday night, I had the opportunity to attend Check Please performance at the high school. And I loved it. I loved it. I think everyone can relate to having bad dates. One or two, at least one or two, maybe more. But at the end, it just showed that there's someone for everybody. So hang in there if you're having bad dates. Hang in there. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. I want to thank Ms. Adams, Ms. Coleman, and Mr. Dana on their report. And I like that the numbers are dropping. And also it's good to see some of the updates that we're doing at the schools to secure safety for our students and our staff. Dallas, I gotta echo everybody. Dallas, three times is a charm. You came up here, each time you got more comfortable and more confident. I'd like to commend you for advocating for yourself and got things done. You know, this is a good thing for her and her confidence, and good luck on tryouts. It's tomorrow, I believe, right? Tomorrow? I think I'm gonna pull up.
Tomorrow, 5 o'clock.
Yeah. So good luck to Dallas, and good luck to our Commons football team, Thanksgiving, playing Teaneck. Handle that, as we always do. And I want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Martin.
I too want to echo Dallas on the job well done, and her mother for coming up and addressing this problem. This board, if you come up and have an issue, we listen, and we try to work with our superintendent and directors and everyone to try to get this executed and done. And I could see that it happened, and we happy, you happy, and anyone else have issues like that or others, please come to the mic. The Hackensack Rotary Club will be hosting Teaneck, not only on the field, but on the football field, but we'll be hosting a luncheon the Thanksgiving Eve, that Wednesday, and it will be here at Hackensack High School in the cafeteria. Going to try something new this year by instead of going out to the restaurant, it's going to be in the cafeteria, and it's going to be catered. Hackensack Rotary wants to show off our facilities, our new facilities, and brag to Teaneck what we doing here in Hackensack High School. And this be the first time out of 30 years hosting a luncheon that ever be in Hackensack High School. In addition to that, we're going to have community guests We'll have a judge here who graduated from the school system, went and became our deputy mayor, and then became our superior judge, who would speak and tell her about her experience and what it was like being on the field as at that time they called them ponies. And we'll have someone from the Hudson County Prosecutor Office that went through the school system and speak about their experience and afterwards what it was like to run into the same people that they played with on the field and on the courts. And hopefully we'll have someone from also from the Child Protection Service who will went through the school system as well. So, and then TNEC will also have their speakers from their town. So this is something new, and I hope to inspire the kids and show them that although you meet on the field, it's an extension. When you graduate, you'll still see each other and possibly even go to school and college together. So that's the new experience for the luncheon on Thanksgiving Day that Hackensack will be TNEC. Who said that? Oh, in addition, there's a trophy that's given out every year. It's about 5'10", and that trophy is about 5'10", and they always go to the winner. I don't think TNEC had ever seen that trophy, and don't plan on to. Oh boy, that was hard. I want to thank Ms. Adams, Ms. Coleman, and Mr. Daniel for a great presentation. We see we're doing fabulous things here and with our security, and keep up the good work. With the numbers that we saw up there, I'm sure that contribute to our people that's in the trenches, such as our principal, our assistant principal, mainly our assistant principals and our deans. They in the trenches and keeping our kids on track and making sure they do what they're supposed to be doing, making sure they in school every day and on time and their grades is up to par. So yes, as Mr. Jones said that. Trustee Jones said that the deans do play a big role because when our assistant principals are busy and probably doing evaluations, that's where our deans will kick in. Our deans play a big role throughout our district. I want to thank our tech guys and our custodians, who's the backbone of our district. They always hiding in the back, but they do a job well done. So to our tech men and women, keep up the good work, and our custodians as well. Another job well done. Thank you for your service. To all our staff members that came to the mic, I only could say 3 words. We hear you. We hear you. We hear you. This board do listen. Trust in us on what we do. We will look out for our district. We'll look out for the main people. But just trust in us that we make the right decision. Also, I think I touched on everything. Just the last thing at Parker School, spoke to our director of building and grounds. He's still going to continue on looking into the custodian, the female custodians, to make sure that that fit is good for the Parker School. And anyone else, please continue on coming to the mic. We had a good showing. That's what it's all about. And thank you and have a great holiday.
Thank you. Trustee Hamza.
Thank you again to everyone for coming out tonight. Just to echo some congratulations to Tony Jackson, to Reverend Davis, a major supporter of our schools and our community. Really a wonderful representation of Hackensack. I also wanted to congratulate and thank the Muslim Students Association, Mr. Brophy, Ms. Lozano, and the team at Mashios for this wonderful news about making our cafeteria more inclusive with the introduction of halal food. Again, thank you to the team that came out today to give us this really comprehensive report on school safety, the data and systems that we have in place, and Principal Adams, Ms. Coleman, Director Dana. Obviously, you know, it's important that we continue to improve and get our and continue to get training with threats and technology continuously advancing, becoming more sophisticated. It's also really great to see another example of how the city and the Hackensack Police Department are really working closely with our district to help make us a safer district for our students, for our staff, and all of their families in our community. I also do want to give a special thanks to the mayor and city council and city manager for their commitment to food security and donations of box lunches for our students during the teachers convention, and also for their coordination of and partnership with the Center for Food Action around food drives for families that were impacted by the delay in SNAP benefits during the federal government shutdown. And all of the work that continues to be done by our PTA families and school communities across the district that are committed to making donations to help support our community. That is really, you know, a great example of what we can do when we work together. And how our schools and our city can continue to partner together and lift up our community. I also, again, just want to echo what other folks have said. You know, thank you to everyone who came out and spoke tonight. It's wonderful to hear from students from Dallas, but it's also wonderful to hear from our staff. And as Trustee Martin said, I hope folks know that we are listening and we have heard what you said. And I hope that you know that this is a safe space to bring forth any concerns that you have. And as Acting Superintendent Parchment said, you know, we do not tolerate any forms of retaliation. And so please know that and make sure you come forth if there are any concerns around that. Again, congratulations to my fellow trustees, to Mr. Jones, Mr. Carroll, Ms. Alston Balaputra, congratulations. I just hope that people know we have a great team of 9 very committed board members that really care a lot about our students. They care a lot about our staff. They care a lot about our community. You know, we do that under the leadership of our amazing president and vice president. Thank you both for your leadership. And I also just want to, since this is the season of giving thanks, you know, thank all of our staff across the district in every capacity for your hard work and your dedication. You know, through good times, through bad times, you know, we're all here with the same mission to help our students. And a huge thank you to our leader, our fearless leader, our acting superintendent, Parchment. Thank you so much for your commitment and dedication, the work that you do around the clock. Thank you so much to our assistant superintendent, Marks. Thank you so very much to our acting business administrator, Lindita Angastra. And, you know, we see the work that they do around the clock. And the entire team at central office, the entire team of our administrators, our secretaries, our custodians, all of our teachers who do so much. Thank you so very much. And also a huge thank you to our attorney. We couldn't make it, you know, we couldn't operate if we didn't have the teamwork and the commitment from everyone across the board. So thank you all so much. Wishing everyone a very happy Thanksgiving. Go Comets. We're looking forward to watch that Thanksgiving game. And thank you.
Thank you. It's a game. Vice President Stein.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Again, I'm glad
Okay. All right, bear with me as I've been speaking all day. For all my teacher friends, you guys understand me. So I just want to thank our student report, Zoe Gonzalez. Thank you for staying with us as late. Normally, she's one of the first ones in, first ones out. But thank you for also bringing to the attention of the parade. So not only is there a football game, but there is a parade that happens prior to the football game. And that is also one of my favorite moments here whenever we host it here in Hackensack. So I hope to see many of you there. Prep your turkeys, prep all your food ahead of time, and just step out for at least for an hour and a half and enjoy some of that time. I also would like to thank the HEA for their comments and for coming out. Our board attorney won't let the board comment on negotiations. However, the Board of Education will always negotiate with all unions in good faith and will continue to do so. And it is the time to give thanks. And Trustee Amar Hamza took the words right out of my mouth, literally verbatim from what I have here. It's okay. You know, I want to thank first to all the schools that either initiated, collaborated, supported all of the contributions for the families in need in the past weeks. It truly takes a village to create something like this. And it didn't take someone to tell them to do it. They did it because they saw the need within their schools. And I am truly proud to be a part of a community that takes the initiative based off of what they see and what's going on within their house, within their schools. And I want to thank you for that, for you giving me this candy. I want to thank you for taking that initiative. I also want to give, again, reiterate thanks to our central office, our administrators, teachers, our IT guys, our custodians, support staff, my board members, our attorney. You know, it is a very stressful time for a lot of people. You know, some people can't really see their families during this time. Some people have families who are sick, families that are just far away. So, you know, if you know somebody who is in need, this is the time for you to show some support, to show comfort, maybe invite them, or just let them know that you are here to hear them out. And the holidays can be stressful for those individuals. So just keep that on your radar. Thank you all for sticking it out here with us. And I hope and wish everyone a happy and blessed Thanksgiving. Yes, Mr. Martin?
I failed to mention, Mel Henderson, who was the teacher here, a assistant principal, and went on to become deputy mayor and principal over at Inglewood Public Schools. Just keep in mind that if you're marching in the parade, he was one of the people that started that parade back in the 90s. He put a lot of effort into it, and that's when he was the assistant principal in charge of athletics. So I just wanted to mention that let's remember him when we end the parade on Thanksgiving Day, marching over that. This is how that parade started, through Mel Henderson. Thank you.
Thank you for that history lesson. Okay, well, that's the end of my comment. Can I have a motion to close? I have a motion from Vice President Stein. Can I have a second?
Second.
Second by Trustee Gilmore. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you very much. Meeting is closed at 10:14. Thank you all and have a good night. Happy Thanksgiving.